Games are being broadcasted live on the CWPA network, so we need everyone to be on their best behavior. Please support the participants and officials in a positive manner. Anyone failing to do so may be removed from the facility. Also remember that alcohol and tobacco products within the competition site are strictly prohibited. Don't forget the CWPA is taking pictures during this championship tournament and they are available for sale. If you purchase before Thanksgiving, you will get them at half price, and check the concessions table for your code card. You can even wait until after the tournament to view the pictures you want. Also, the CWPA Multimedia Department is selling DVDs of this contest, $10 per game or $25 for your team's tournament sets. Swimming off for Johns Hopkins, number 17, Olin Shipstead. And winning the swim off for Wagner College will be number 21, Jack Layton. First quarter underway here, Wagner versus Johns Hopkins. And Wagner College, for those watching the stream, in the dark caps, going from left to right on your screen. This is the 3 versus 6 seed here, last game of the day from the Mid-Atlantic Water Polo Conference Championship Tournament. And we have an early exclusion. Exclusion of number 12 of John Hopkins, Ryan Massey, his first of the game. So Wagner with their first power play opportunity shoots and hits the bar, and it's going to go in. Wagner College goal scored by number 3, Jasmine Kulizanich. Time of the goal, 7:35. Wagner up 1-0 here early. On the replay, 1 for 1 on the exclusion so far for Wagner. Now Johns Hopkins in the Whitecaps going from right to left on your screen. Their first offensive possession here as they set up. No one in the center position. Here goes the driver to cover that area. Johns Hopkins, the 6th seed here at the tournament. There's a shot off the bar, and the goalie's going to get in and keep it out. In goal today, Benjamin Angula for Wagner College. His outlet on the left-hand side, Seahawks on the attack. In goal for Johns Hopkins, there's number 1, Spencer White. His outlet pass on the right-hand side. Blue Jays back on the attack. And we have an exclusion here. Exclusion on Wagner College's number 10, Teo Dodic. That's his first of the game. But that power play opportunity will quickly end for Johns Hopkins as Wagner College streaks up to their offensive end, back to full strength here. We go back to mid-pool, set up their offense. Penalty shot has been awarded to Wagner College. The call comes on number 12 for Johns Hopkins. Shoots off the post, but he's going to get his own rebound. Great opportunity, and then he fires just wide right. Good second chance effort there, from Kulizanich. And we'll go the other way here with John Hopkins in possession. 5:53 here in the first. That shot goes wide left. Shot from the outside. Now Wagner will look to counterattack here as they streak down the pool. Outlet on the left-hand side for the Seahawks. They'll switch sides. But a nice defensive play from John Hopkins, number 8, Giorgio Chico. And then an exclusion has been called on number 2 of Wagner College. Exclusion call to number 2 of Wagner College, Vuk Bulicic. And after the exclusion call, Johns Hopkins has called a full timeout. So 1-0 here, 5:40 remaining in the first. And Wagner College, the 3 seed, head coach Chris Redmanovich setting up their defensive plan, while Johns Hopkins University has talked, and they're going to see what they can find here on their man-up opportunity. So far in the game, they're 0 for 1. This will be their second opportunity, and we'll see what Johns Hopkins has in store here. As it looks like the goalkeeper, number 1, Spencer White, creeping up towards that mid-center line, will receive the ball from the referee, Mike Gordon, here on our close side. Johns Hopkins on the power play. So they shift into a 4-2 here, working the ball around. Trying to find that right shooting angle. Wagner College doing a nice job stuffing up the lanes, though. They shoot a field block, and a quick deflection from Johns Hopkins number 3, Finn Banks, but that goes wide right. And that'll end the power play opportunity. Wagner kills off another one. White looking for an outlet pass. He's going to find one here on the right-hand side. Blue Jays on the attack, trying to get some movement going here on offense. Ordinary. Weak side shot off the post, and that shot was fired from number 15, Jaden Kunwar, hits off the post. 4:25 remaining here in the first. Wagner 1, Johns Hopkins 0. Pulisic telling them slow down. They're going to get it to the center position. And the goalie's going to come out. It looks like the penalty has been called on the goalie. Penalty on number 1, Spencer White. That's his first of the game. It'll result in a 5-meter penalty shot. And another save on the penalty shot. White makes the save. Shot fired by Nomura, saved by White in cage. Johns Hopkins back in possessions here under the 4-minute mark in the first. On the offensive end, that ball gets turned over, and here comes Wagner. Pulisic with the ball on the right-hand side for the Seahawks. They'll dish it down towards that wing position. Jack Layton going to take the near side shot. It hits off the post and stays out. And we'll go back the other way. Offensive foul called to number 15, Jaden Kunwar of Johns Hopkins. Possession goes back to Wagner College. 3:20 remaining here in the first. Wagner College goal, his first of the game, scored by number 7, Matthew Miller. Time of the goal, 3:15. The score now 2-0 in favor of Wagner. So Miller in that middle position, rose up, fired, and scored. Nice dish from his teammate Layton on that right side wing. And it's 2-0 in favor of Wagner here in the first. Johns Hopkins now back in possession, looking to get on the board here. Exclusion of number 9 of Wagner. That's Devin O'Donnell with his first exclusion of the game. Johns Hopkins on the power play. So another opportunity here for Johns Hopkins. 0 for 2 so far in the game. Good passing so far for the Blue Jays. Shot off the post again. They get possession back. They're going to nice find there for Johns Hopkins. Number 14. Goal scored by number 14, Jacob Whitaker. Time of the goal, 2:39. The score now 2-1 in favor of Wagner. Second chance effort here for Johns Hopkins as they got the rebound off the post. Holland Shipstead, and then he found Whitaker on the other side. He popped up, took the pass, and put it in the back of the net. Blue Jays on the board, and let's get back to live action. Good hands-up defense there from John Hopkins. Kulisanich had the correct position in, but the defender didn't bite in to take the exclusion and instead put their 2 hands up. And now we go the other way here. Johns Hopkins in the Whitecaps, but that's going to quickly end. Offensive foul called for straight arming. Kulisanich got free. Good defense, though, there from John Hopkins. A field block. Jacob Whitaker. And we'll go the other way here. Hadi Farid with the call. So less than 2 minutes left here in the first. 2-1 Wagner. Game 4 here, day 1, Mid-Atlantic Water Polo Conference Championship. I'd like to welcome you into our CWPA Network live broadcast. Hopkins on the wing to go back up to the point. John Murphy with the long outside shot, just a little wide left of the cage. And Gulo in net for Wagner, went out to swim out for the ball. The sophomore from La Habra, California. His outlet goes to about mid-pool. Wagner has the ball on the left-hand side. See if they look to switch sides. They've been doing that a lot so far this game. Good defensive effort here from both teams so far. Only 3 goals on the board here as we approach the 1:10 mark in the first. A shot, and that's not even going to make it to goalie Spencer White in cage. Field block from the Hopkins defense. 1 minute remaining in the first quarter. 1 minute. A shot saved. Hopkins, though, still in possession. New shot clock. It's 26 on it right now. They'll take another quick shot, and a field block comes from the Wagner defender, and that defender was number 12, Lachlan Trabinger. Shot clock is unplugged here. We have 25 seconds remaining in the first, so Hopkins can hold for the last shot. Outlet on the right-hand side for the Blue Jays. And receiving that outlet pass looks to be number 8, Giorgio Chico. Ordinary foul granted. 5 seconds left on the clock. We'll see if he decides to shoot. He's going to shoot, but a field block, and we'll see if Wagner decides to go for the long one. They're going to attempt one, but it looked like he still had it in his hand as the shot clock expired, so it wouldn't count regardless, and that will end our first quarter. After 1 quarter of play, the score Wagner 2 and Johns Hopkins 1. We'll be back here on the CWPA Network after a brief message from our sponsors. Thanks for tuning in.
This is your Cap 7 tip of the week. Hi, I'm Brad Schumacher, 2-time Olympic gold medalist and co-founder of Cap 7 International. Today I'm going to be talking about when to take a specific shot, okay, at 2 meters. So when you think about this, it comes down to where the defender is on you. Okay, so my favorite shot to take is a sweep shot. Number 1, it's the least amount of work, and it allows me to get off a quick shot, and it sets up the shots that I'm going to do later in the game. So, for instance, if I take a quick sweep, right, I score the ball. The next time, I might go sweep, fake sweep to a backhand. Then I might switch to my left hand and do a sweep. Then I might go left hand, backhand. Okay, and finally, when the player's trying to guess and I go backhand and they stop me, I'll flip underneath and do a layout when they're not expecting it. Again, it's all about feel of where the defender is behind me to set things up.
We're about ready to get underway here with our second quarter swim off. 2-1 in favor of Wagner. Swim off for Wagner will be number 2, and for Johns Hopkins, number 17, Alan Shipstead. Wagner College goes on offense first here in our second quarter. The score 2-1 in favor of the Seahawks. So Wagner going from left to right on your screen in the dark caps, up by a score of 2-1 on offense first as they win the swim off. Hopkins playing good defense, forcing them out. Then they'll try to get into the center position to Trabinger, but unable to get the ball there. Hopkins playing some great D, and we'll go the other way. So now Hopkins in the white going from right to left on your screen with their first offensive possession here of the second quarter. Trying to get down to that left wing. Ordinary foul granted, still in possession of Hopkins. Shipstead with the ball. We'll dish it back to number 10. That's Andres Caddis. A lob shot just as the shot clock was about to expire. And now Wagner College back in possession. Coulsonich sets the center position, and an exclusion looks like it's going to be called. Exclusion on John Hopkins, number 14, Jacob Whitaker. That's his first of the game. Wagner on the power play. So now Wagner College on their fourth power play of the game. They've capitalized, I believe, on one so far in their 4-2 formation. Good drive passes coming around. A couple pumps. Trying to find that right lane. They do. Wagner College goal. His first of the game. Scored by number 10, Teo Dodic. Time of the goal, 6:30. And that makes the score Wagner 3, Johns Hopkins 1. Time of the goal, 6:30. Here in the replay, you can see looking for that right opportunity. And they do. Dodic fires it into the back of the cage, and Wagner increases their lead to a 2-goal advantage. Back in live here, Hopkins going to take the shot. That shot from Finn Banks. There's a field block from Wagner, and he's going to take another one, and another field block from Wagner. Shot fired by number 3, Finn Banks of Johns Hopkins. Field block from Wagner, and the Seahawks go the other way on offense. Coulsonich's shot saved by White in net. Shot from Coulsonich of Wagner saved by White in net. Outlet pass on the right-hand side. Blue Jays on the attack. Alan Shipstead with the ball here on this left wing. And it looks like an exclusion has been called. An exclusion on number 21, Jack Layton of Wagner College. That's his first of the game. Johns Hopkins back to the power play after Layton was sent to the exclusion area. John Hopkins' goal, his first of the game, scored by number 14, Jacob Whitaker. Time of the goal, 5:28. The score now 3-2 in favor of Wagner. And Johns Hopkins saw the open Whitaker right at that left post. He takes a shot, immediately fires. The help defense from Wagner didn't slide over as they had two guys on one. So now the score 3-2. Wagner still up by 1 goal. 5:25 remaining here in the second quarter of play. Exclusion on John Hopkins, number 8, Giorgio Chico. That's his first of the game. Time of the exclusion, 5:16. And following the exclusion call, Wagner calls a timeout. So Wagner calls a timeout. They're going to talk about it here.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 5. One, two, three, four, five. Everybody in the car, so come on, let's ride to the liquor store around the corner. The boys say they want some gin and juice, but I really don't wanna be a buzz like I had last week. I must stay deep, cause talk is cheap. I like Angela, Pamela, Sandra, and Rita. And as I continue, you know they're getting sweeter. So what can I do? I really bag you.
Following the timeout, Wagner College on the power play. So after timeout, Wagner College here setting up. Looks like they're in a 3-3 now. They're going to slide into the 4-2. A quick shot there from Kulisinich. And then Trav Binger Jr. not able to get the ball there on the rebound. And that'll kill off that opportunity. As Johns Hopkins, Giorgio Chico receives that outlet pass fresh from the exclusion area as they bring the ball into their end. 15 seconds on the shot clock here for the Blue Jays. Great defense there from Kulisinich of Wagner. Sophomore from Belgrade, Serbia, with a great steal. He's been one of the leaders for this team this year. As we come to the other end, someone driving towards that center position as they switch sides here. And then a offensive foul called. Offensive foul called on Wagner for straight arming. Possession back to Johns Hopkins University. 3-2 the score, Wagner College at the 4:10 mark. Wagner looking to set up on offense here. They go down to the left wing. Shot from Oscar Nomara saved. And then the exclusion called on number 3, Jasmine Kulisinich. That's his first of the game. And following the exclusion call, Johns Hopkins University calls timeout. So a couple quick events went on there. The shot and then the exclusion as teams were beginning to transition to the other end of the pool. And that'll put Johns Hopkins on a power play opportunity with 3:52 remaining in the second quarter of play after their timeout. Max Schlegel over there coaching Johns Hopkins University. And then on the other side here, Wagner College talking about what defensive efforts they're going to be looking to do here. I would assume a lot of hands up close to the net, trying to cut off those shooting angles. They've been doing a good job so far. And Spencer White back receiving the ball now. His ball will be coming into your frame. Here it comes. And Blue Jays on the power play. Johns Hopkins on the power play. Pass was intended for Josh Kurtz. It got to him. He just wasn't able to get enough on it. Exclusion on number 8, Giorgio Chico of Johns Hopkins University. That's his second of the game. Wagner back on the power play. So Chico, one of their better players, in foul trouble with 2 so far. That shot ricocheted off the crossbar and out. Wagner maintains possession. New shot clock, but now coming in from the exclusionary was too late, and a goal here from Wagner College. Wagner College goal. Scored by number 21, Jack Layton. Time of the goal, 3:04. The score now, Wagner 4, Johns Hopkins 2. All right, back in live here. Josh Kurtz with the ball. He's going to work it down to the right wing for the Blue Jays. 2:52 remaining in the second quarter of play. A quick shot and a goal. Johns Hopkins goal, his first of the game, scored by number 10, Andreas Caddis. Time of the goal, 2:50. That makes the score Wagner 4, Johns Hopkins 3. He was open. He decided to take the shot immediately off that pass. It was a great decision. And Hopkins back within 1 here. They haven't led yet this game, but they've been chipping away, keeping it within 2 goals. As Wagner back in possession here. Third place finishers in the regular season from the Mid-Atlantic Water Polo Conference. Couple quick pumps and a nice save from Spencer White. Shot from Vuk Bulicic, saved by Spencer White in cage. Wagner College will maintain possession with a fresh 30-second shot clock, but then quickly an offensive foul has been called on Wagner College. Possession back to Johns Hopkins. And exclusion on Wagner's number 2, Vuk Bulicic. Johns Hopkins on the power play. Blue Jays looking to tie it up here. We're approaching the 2-minute mark. They tried to go down low to Emerson Sullivan, the freshman. Just not able to get enough on that ball to keep the catch in his possession. And Wagner College has killed off another power play opportunity. Outlet pass on the left-hand side to the newly entered player, Matthew Miller, from the exclusion area. He'll draw the ordinary foul. He's outside 5, elects to pass the ball over to Layton. They're going to go weak side. Defense gets a piece of that. Skip shot from Jack Layton goes over the cage, and we'll go the other way with 1:32. Offensive foul gives the ball back to Wagner College. As they switch sides and go over here to Layton. He'll get it down low on the right side to Matthew Miller. Back to Layton, looking to switch sides. Johns Hopkins exclusion on number 7, Josh Kurtz. That's his first of the game. Wagner College on the power play. So Wagner looking to increase their lead to 2 here with the skip shot. Wagner College goal, his second of the game, scored by number 10, Teo Donic. Time of the goal, 57 seconds. That makes the score Wagner 5, Johns Hopkins 3. Good use of the skip shot here with the blocker up. There's the pass first, and then the give and go right back to him. Got the defense to commit to the right, shot it to the left. So 5-3 here in favor of Wagner. exclusion on Wagner's number 7, Matthew Miller. His first. Blue Jays back to the power play. No angle there. They'll kick it back out. They'll switch sides. The skip shot from Finn Banks sails over the net. And Wagner back to full strength with 25 seconds remaining here in the first half of play. Wagner College goal, his second of the game, score number 3, Jasmine Kulisinich. Time of the goal, 15 seconds. The score now, Wagner 6, Johns Hopkins 3. Nice lob shot there, just over the tips of the goalkeeper. Good decision, as he was pretty close to the goalie. Trying to left much room for the shot to get registered without it being blocked. Decided for the smart option and got the lob in the back of the net. 15 seconds left here. Shot clock's unplugged. We'll see if Hopkins can get one on the board before we end our first half. Tough defense from Wagner. The foul outside ordinary now. Elects to pass it over to his teammate. John Murphy trying to get it to the right wing. Good defense from Wagner. The horn sounds. And that concludes our first half of play between Wagner and Johns Hopkins. The score, Wagner 6 and Johns Hopkins 3. So an exciting first half here. A defensive first half, more scoring in the second quarter led to the 6-3 score. And we'll be right back here on the CWPA Network with second half action from Game 4 of the Mid-Atlantic Water Polo Conference Championship Tournament.
This is your Cap 7 tip of the week.
Hi, I'm Bradley Schumacher, two-time Olympic gold medalist and founder of Cap 7 International. Today we're going to be talking about defending speed. So when we're thinking about this particularly, okay, my team doesn't have the speed that the other team has. If we take a poor shot, they get a counter every single time, and then they end up with a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-2. Okay, so with this specifically, okay, we go back to thinking about what I call as a reverse 4-2. Okay, when I think about a reverse 4-2, I'm just setting myself up to be covered in all situations. So for me, a reverse 4-2, you have two centers on the posts, and we're just like this, and we're isolating to take shots from one of these kind of obtuse triangles. Okay, so when you think about that, the reason we're going into a reverse 4-2 is so that they get no counterattack opportunities. Okay, so typically what happens in this situation when you slide into two centers, all right, if we get good position on both sides, what typically happens is they're going to drop, okay, which is step number 1, get them to drop so that they don't have a chance to beat us so that we have an advantage to get back on defense. The other thing is with our team specifically, we're thinking about defense all the time. So when the other team is really fast, we want to think about dumping the ball. Now, how you dump the ball, okay, is really important. Let's say we don't get the ball into the entry and the clock gets low. Instead of me hucking a shot from the outside, I would dump the ball. So maybe this player right here is up in this gap a little bit, and I see my player is going to be in trouble. So instead of me just throwing the ball to the corner over here and this player goes to get it, I can dump the ball here, which forces this player to get it. So when you think about that, everything that we do on offense is preparing us for defense. So with the fast team that's relying on the counterattack, do your best to get into a reverse 4-2, have two centers, one on the 2 post, one on the 3 post, and be very precise and calculated with the shots that you take from the outside. Okay? And that will wrap up defending speed.
The Collegiate Water Polo Association would like to thank our great sponsors, Northumbria University, providing postgraduate opportunities for water polo players overseas, Cap 7, the official ball of the CWPA and the Mid-Atlantic Water Polo Conference. Turbo, maker of great water polo apparel, Healy Awards, who supply our championship plaques that will be given out Sunday, and Fox 40, the official whistle for all competition. Welcome back here in the CWPA Network. So about to get underway here with our third quarter swim-off. 6-3 in favor of Wagner College. There's Wagner's number 21, Jack Layton. He's going to be swimming off for the Seahawks, as the teams have changed ends. So now Wagner will be going from right to left on your screen, with Johns Hopkins and the Whitecaps going from left to right. And swimming off for Johns Hopkins, as you will see shortly, is number 3, Finn Banks. Winning the swim-off, number 21, Jack Layton of Wagner College. And we're underway here in quarter number 3. The score, Wagner 6 and Johns Hopkins University 3. So after our halftime break here, we resume action. As Wagner up by 3-goal advantage. So look to set the center position. The hands-up defense comes from Johns Hopkins. Ordinary foul, the call. They'll kick it back out. As the shot clock's about to expire, they're going to look to dump it, and the horn will sound. It's close to being a little bit late there, but no call from the referees, and we'll go the other way here. Josh Kurtz with the ball for the Blue Jays. On the left-hand side, they're going to push it up. Had the opportunity there at center position. On the right side, some tangling going on. They'll try to get it to him. He's looking for the backhand, but a nice shot as he gets separation there. Johns Hopkins University goal, his first of the game, scored by number 12, Ryan Massey, the senior from Oak Park, Illinois. Time of the goal, 7:03. That makes the score Wagner 6 and Johns Hopkins 4. Great shot here to take towards the right corner. Looked like he was trying to go for the backhand there, but made the right decision. And Johns Hopkins back within 2 here. Ordinary foul granted. Wagner's number 9, Devin O'Donnell, in possession. He'll go towards the right-hand side. They'll look to set the center position to help defense from Johns Hopkins comes over. Ryan Massey steals the ball away, gives the ball back to Spencer White. And the Blue Jays outlet on the right-hand side to Kurtz. Down in the wing. And offensive foul has been called. Offensive foul on Johns Hopkins gives the ball back to Wagner College. 6:20 remaining in quarter number 3. So now Wagner here on the right wing. Exclusion called. Exclusion on Johns Hopkins number 10, Andreas Caddis, his first of the game. Wagner College, their first power play opportunity here in the second half. Working the ball around. Drive passes. Looks like they're in a 3-3 currently. Johns Hopkins playing back a little bit, trying to get the field blockers up. And there's one to save a goal as it was going towards the right cage. And then an exclusion has been called. Exclusion on number 17, Alan Shipstead. That's his first. Wagner College maintains their power play advantage. So as soon as they killed one, they commit another foul, and they're back down a man here. 6-on-5. Thought he had the angle, but a nice save from Spencer White, able to get over here. From my vantage point, he covered a lot of ground to get to that left-hand side of the cage. Save and net by number 1, Spencer White. So now Hopkins here, looking to set up. There's a strangle at the center position. Exclusion on number 9 of Wagner College, Devin O'Donnell. That's his second of the game. Wagner gains possession, and the power play comes to a close for Johns Hopkins. We're back to full strength. So we hit the 5-minute mark here, 6-4 Wagner. Team's back to full strength. They'll look to get it down to that center position. Here comes the help defense, and Giorgio Chico with a nice steal, and he's going to swim it up the right-hand side of the pool for the Blue Jays. Nice turn there by Chico. He's going to go weak side, and he's going to get the exclusion called. And the exclusion Wagner exclusion on number 21, Jack Layton. Wagner with some great defense again, down a man. Exclusion of number 3 of Johns Hopkins University, number 3, Finn Banks. That's his first of the game. Following the exclusion call, Wagner College calls for timeout. So the exclusion in transition for delay of game, pushing the ball away from the Wagner player who was looking to get the ball up quickly. That's Finn Banks, number 3's first exclusion of the game. And here's Wagner College. Going to talk it over, see if they can capitalize here. The 4:29 mark. They're up by 2 goals. It's head coach Chris Radmanovich coaching up his Seahawks. On the other side here, Johns Hopkins University. They're going to look to kill it off. Been playing some good defense this game, as they'll probably look back to drop 2 players in front of the net, get some hands-up defense. That's been working for them today, and it worked on that last power play opportunity where Finn Banks was at that right post, and he made the save by the field block. If he wasn't there, that was finding the back of the net. Coaches quick talk to their teams. They'll come back into the pool here as Wagner will go on offense and on the power play. Benjamin Angulo in net for Wagner will put the ball into play. And we're back underway here. Power play for Wagner College. But quickly stolen away. But Wagner still maintains possession. Trying to take those pass lanes. An errant pass goes way out of play. Pass sails out of the pool. Possession goes to Johns Hopkins on the turnover. In from the exclusion area, number 2, John Murphy. Now on the right-hand side, Emerson Sullivan with the ball. He'll go back to the point. Murphy, like I said, fresh from the exclusion area, takes out an outside shot saved by Angulo in net. And the team's transition to the other end of the pool. And a quick shot from Bulicic. So we go back the other way. 3:43, a quick shot. Nice save in net by Angulo. That was a low-angled shot. And then Wagner was looking to go on a quick counterattack. Hopkins looking to slow the ball down here. 3:21 left. They're down by 2 goals. Try to get some motion, get the right opportunity here. They'll go to the center position, but quickly stolen away by number 10, Teo Dodic. Ball stolen away by Teo Dodic in the center position. Wagner going the other way. But at the other end, Johns Hopkins quickly steals the ball away. Pass stolen away by Giorgio Chico. So now the outlet on the left-hand side for Johns Hopkins. Good recovery defense from Layton of Wagner to get both hands up. Shot clock winding down here. As you can hear in the background, goalie counting it down. He's going to shoot off this ordinary. Field block, though, from Wagner's number 2, Vuk Bulicic. Tight defense on the outside from Hopkins, and then they'll force the shot off the ordinary foul. Shot clock was winding down. They thought they had to get one off. Now the outlet pass is going to go here to Giorgio Chico as he swims into your screen. Hopkins gets it to that center position. Emerson Sullivan there. He gets something on the shot, but it's saved in net by Angulo. And now Wagner here on the left-hand side. 2 players streaking towards him. They got a player open on the weak-hand side. Hopkins needs to slide over. A nice fake. A nice shot. Battle still for possession. It looks like Wagner will come up with it. 1:20 remaining here in the third quarter. They'll get a new 30-second shot clock and stay on this end for offense. Exclusion on John Hopkins, number 13, Emerson Sullivan. That's his first exclusion of the game. Wagner on the power play. So 13, Emerson Sullivan, that was his first. Wagner back on the power play here. They're going to go weak side. Trying to find that right shot. They're going to take that one. Might not have been the best opportunity there. And that'll end the power play opportunity. Johns Hopkins back to full strength. Less than a minute remaining in the third. Less than a minute. 35 seconds to be exact left here. They get the ball down to the center position, just a little too far out of his reach as he tried to corral the ball. Wagner college goal, his third of the game, score by number 3, Jasmine Kulisanic. Time to go 24 seconds. The score now, Wagner 7, Johns Hopkins 4. Kulisanic with a rocket from the outside there. That's his third. He gets the hat trick for the game. Leading scorer for the Seahawks. And there was no one else down there. He decided to take the shot. It was the right decision. And now Wagner with a 3-goal advantage. Hopkins back in possession here. The shot clock's unplugged as we hit the 15-second mark remaining. They'll go weak side. There was a scramble there. 2 Hopkins players came up, instructed to bring the ball outside of 2 meters to put the ball into play from referee Mike Gordon. Sweep shot. And we have a stoppage here as we see what's going on. I believe a ball came into the pool. And there was a little bit of a tussle back there as well, it seemed. So let's see what the call is here. So there'll be 2 seconds remaining on the clock. 2 seconds remaining here in quarter 3, 2 seconds. And they're going to try to take a quick shot here. And a field block, and that'll stop it. And that'll end our third quarter. After 3 quarters of play, the score, Wagner 7, Johns Hopkins 4. All right, and we'll be back here on the CWPA Network with our fourth quarter action. It's a close one. Stay.
Hi, I'm Wolf Weigo, 3-time Olympian and co-founder of Cap 7. We're here today for Chalk Talk.
This is your Cap 7 tip of the week.
So depending on what style of hole guards you have, what types you need, you're going to want to work on some defensive drills based on what you're going to be doing at 2 meters. So let's say you have a guard that isn't that strong and is in the pool and he's going to get backed up, and maybe you're going to decide you're going to run an M drop. So you're going to bring a player back to completely take away any opportunity for a goal, and you're going to have some players split. So if you're going to recognize that you're going to run this type of defense, what are some drills you can do? Okay, well, maybe you can just run a drill, okay, where you have 3 players up top, okay, and you've got the ball, and you have a line where the players can't go in on the wings, they can't sneak in, okay? So this is just a 5-player drill right now, and these players are just going over their hips. They're facing out, okay, and they're stunning and lunging and working on these movements. Because the last thing you want to do is run a defense where you haven't broken out the individual movements of the drill, okay? So you have this player passing the ball, over hips stunning, this player's coming a little bit, pass the ball, attack, pass the ball, slide, and you have all the players working on the movements that they're going to do in the defense that you're going to run. You can easily run this drill with more players, So you can turn it from a 5-person drill into a 7-person drill. And this is great for awareness of the players passing under pressure with someone coming at them. And it's great for these players going over their hips, moving, and stunning. If you want, you can add another player, okay? Any odd number you can use for this drill. It's a really good drill. All the fundamentals and all the players are working.
Swimming all for Johns Hopkins, number 3, Finn Banks. And winning the swim all for Wagner College will be number 21, Jack Layton. And we're underway here in quarter number 4, Wagner 7, Johns Hopkins 4. Into our last quarter of the night here at the Mid-Atlantic Quarter Polo Conference Championship. Wagner wins the swim off, so they'll go on offense first here in quarter number 4. As they're in the dark caps, going from right to left on your screen. Ordinary foul called around that mid-pool mark. Wagner College goal, his 4th of the game, scored by number 3, Jasmine Kulisanich. Time of the goal is 7:30. It extends the lead to 4 for Wagner. Now 8-4. Looks for the give and go here. He gets separation there at mid-pool. He catches the ball and he puts the one-timer in towards the right cage. Nice move there by Kulisanich. So now 8-4. Wagner increasing their lead to 4 goals. It's the highest total of the game. And ball under the call. Ball under the call, forced by number 9 of Wagner College, Devin O'Donnell. Seahawks on the attack. Shot clock under 10 here. The shot off post. Rebound though, but the defense for Johns Hopkins, number 14 specifically, Jacob Whitaker, corrals the ball before Wagner could steal it away and stay on offense. Now Spencer White looking for an outlet pass here, so they'll pass the ball on the left-hand side for the Blue Jays. And they'll change sides over to Kurtz. He'll go to the center position, trying to get separation, but the help defense came from Kulisanich and just knocked it right out of his hands before he was able to get that shot off. Wagner now looking to slow the game down here with the 4-goal advantage. So we hit the 6:23 mark. Still need to keep their foot on the pedal, but just looking to use their 30-second shot clocks and get well-quality possessions. That goes to the center position. Had the turn, but the hands-up defense, so no exclusion call from Johns Hopkins, and we'll go the other way. Outlet to number 7 here, Josh Kurtz. He swims the ball closer to the net. Hopkins realized they had 2 people in the center position. One swings out to that right wing. They're in the typical offensive formation here of the umbrella with the center position in the middle. They'll get it to the center position, and an exclusion called. Exclusion on number 2 of Wagner College, Vuk Bulicic. That's his 3rd exclusion of the game, and he will be excluded from the remainder of the contest. Again, 3rd exclusion on number 2. Vuk Bulicic. Lockham's trying to work the ball around here. The penalty has expired. The shot was a good opportunity off the right post. Bounces right out to a Blue Jay teammate, so they'll stay on offense here and get a fresh 30-second shot clock. We're back to full strength. A good pass in here, just trying to get a lot onto it. Nice find, though. Johns Hopkins goal, his 1st of the game, scored by number 7, Josh Kurtz. Time of the goal, 5:09. The score, Wagner 8, Johns Hopkins 5. So to start off this possession here in the replay, just great set to the center position. And then he sees all the defense coming towards him, finds the open teammate in Kurtz on the right-hand side, and fires into the back of the net for the Blue Jays. So now 8-5 in favor of Wagner. And that's a good find. A nice save, though, by Spencer White. Shot from Kulisanich, saved by White in cage. Blue Jays will go back on offense. Outlet pass the mid-pool to number 14, Jacob Whitaker. Ball sewn away by the Seahawk defender. I believe that is number 9, Devin O'Donnell, the senior from Pointe Claire, Quebec. Johns Hopkins exclusion on number 14, Jacob Whitaker. That's his second of the game. Wagner returns to the power play. Wagner working it around. Good movement, switching sides here. The power play ends, but before the player is able to get back for that defender, Wagner will get a goal here. Wagner College goal, his second of the game, scored by number 7, Matthew Miller. Time of the goal, 4:02. The score now, Wagner 9 and Johns Hopkins 5. A little bit like a no-look shot there on the replay. She saw the player coming from the exclusion area just a little too late as the power play just concluded. And Wagner realized that and got the shot off before the pressure came. Here at the other end, a field block on a shot by number 10, Andreas Caddis. And Wagner back in possession. And with the pressure on him, Wagner will call a timeout. So at the 3:44 mark, Wagner College with the timeout, as both teams will talk it over.
I wish I found some better sounds no one's ever heard. I wish I had a better voice that sang some better words. I wish I found some chords in an order that is new. I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang. I was told when I get older all my fears would shrink, but now I'm insecure and I care what people think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the
So Wagner College on offense here. 20 seconds remaining on the shot clock following their timeout. Seahawks up by 4. As they're on the right wing, they're looking to get to center position and able to get into the passing lane there before it got over to Kulisanich. And trying to go weak side over to John Murphy, and that ball stolen away by the Seahawks defender. Hopkins looking to press. A big shot and a save from Spencer White in net. Finn Banks, a couple pumps, he'll shoot. The pressure comes on to the goalie. And it looks like a 5-meter penalty shot has been called. Yep, and indeed it has. Penalty on number 1, Benjamin Angulo of Wagner College. That's his first. Results in a 5-meter penalty shot. Taking the shot for Johns Hopkins will be Andreas Caddis. A quick tie his cap beforehand. Just the rest of everyone in position, and we'll see what happens here. Hopkins could use this one. It would get it to a 3-goal deficit. 2:59 remaining. The shot and the goal. 5-meter penalty shot goal scored by number 10, Andreas Caddis. That's his third overall goal of the game. Time of the goal, 2:59. The score now, Wagner 9 and Johns Hopkins 6. Rise, fire, right corner, had the goalie guessing left. And it capitalized. So now Johns Hopkins here needs to play some press defense. 3 minutes left, they're down 3 goals. They just have to keep working and chipping into that lead. They're gonna have to create some turnovers here. Matthew Miller's going to go down to the wing. You're going to give and go here. Miller, a couple pumps. Doesn't seem any options. Wagner's getting back on defense, so not all the players are down there. Shot off the left post. Corralled by number 12 of Johns Hopkins, Ryan Massey. I'll give it back to White, and we'll go the other way. 2:25 remaining here in quarter number 4. There's a shot and a goal. Johns Hopkins goal, his 4th of the game, scored by number 10, Andreas Caddis. Time of the goal, 2:22. The score now, Wagner 9, Johns Hopkins 7. And just like that, it's a 2-goal game again. Caddis with a great shot towards the right corner, perfectly angled, and it finds the back of the net. So now Wagner needs to get a goal here. That's 2 straight for Hopkins. They got some momentum, it seems. So we hit the 2:10 mark remaining in the 4th quarter. Hopkins is sending players, so Wagner will follow. And a save by Spencer White in net. A little bit of a scramble there with 8 and 12 for Wagner, as you can see on your screen. The outlet pass, though, just a little bit out of the reach, as they didn't realize that number 2, John Murphy, was already going to the center position. And Kulisinich will steal the ball away, and now they're going to try to play keep away here and use all 30 seconds of their shot clock. Still need to get goals. They're not in a situation where they can just hold. They still need to have some great offensive possessions, but they also need to think defense first, which they do, as you can see that player swims back towards the other end. Ordinary foul. Teo Dodic with the ball. He's going to shoot, and he's going to make the save. Spencer White. Shot by Dodic, saved by White. Hopkins the other way with 1:20 remaining. Quick shot from Hopkins. It's going to go out of play. 2-meter corner throw for Johns Hopkins. Taking the throw will be Giorgio Chico. A new 30-second shot clock for the Blue Jays. And we have an exclusion. Exclusion on Wagner's number 12. Lachlan Trabinger, that's his first of the game. Time of the exclusion comes at a mark of 1:14. And following the exclusion call, Max Schlegel calls timeout for the Blue Jays.
I get up and nothing gets me down.
1:14 remaining. White will put the ball in play for Hopkins. And we'll see what's drawn up in this timeout. Getting a goal here will be crucial. And Wagner gets possession. We'll go the other way here. Angula with the ball in net. They're killed off that power play opportunity. And they're going to try to keep the ball away from Hopkins. 49 seconds remaining here in the game. As they look to set up in their victory formation. And he'll probably look to dump the ball here. As Angulo holds right in front of his coach. He's just going to dump it as expected. Oh, it's going to be a shot. And as soon as Hopkins gets possession, 30-second timeout called by Johns Hopkins. with 26 seconds remaining here in our contest. Wagner 9, Johns Hopkins 7. Now Johns Hopkins here is going to need a quick one, and then they're going to have to create the turnover as the shot clock has been unplugged for this game. 25 seconds remaining. Outlet on the left-hand side for the Blue Jays. They're going to get it back up top to Kurtz. He's going to try to take the shot. Looks like it slipped out of his hand a bit. The lefty will take the shot and deflected out of play by Angulo. Saved by Angulo in net. It will result in a 2-meter corner throw for Johns Hopkins. Now 15 seconds remaining. Looking to draw the ordinary outside. Try to take a shot off of it. Chico's shot. The pass down low to number 10, Andreas Caddis. And it's stolen away by Wagner College. And there's 3 seconds left on the clock. And then exclusion has been called. Exclusion on number 17, Alan Shipstead of Johns Hopkins. That's his second of the game. And the horn sounds, and that concludes Game 4 from the Mid-Atlantic Water Polo Conference Championship. Our final score, Wagner 9 and Johns Hopkins University 7. And our player of the game from Wagner College with 9 saves to lead Wagner to a victory, number 1, Benjamin Angulo. All right, I'm here with our player of the game from Wagner College, goalie number 1, Benjamin Angulo. 9 saves to lead.
Cameron Volt.
Okay, sorry, Cameron Volt here. Apologize about that. What was working for you guys today on defense from your eyes in net?
As long as we kept our hands up, didn't allow outside shots to go in, I think that's really what was working. We weren't allowing the ball to come into set too much, which has also been a factor.
And then a strong effort here, moving to the semifinals tomorrow. What are you guys looking to improve on or work on as you guys strive towards the championship this year?
I think it's just all about staying focused. We got to have our eyes on the prize, and right now the prize is beating GW.
Awesome. Well, our player of the game with 9 saves from Wagner College.